Good day, everybody. How are you? Father Tony. It has been almost 2 years since the last episode of Coffee Talk, and we were at episode number 98. Episode number 98. Like, we gotta get to 100 before I get out of Dodge, and we're less than 2 weeks from my departure from Blessed Sacrament, so I'm in the midst of uncluttering and packing, and I needed a break from some of that, so I just grabbed Maggie and said, let's record a coffee talk. So we're out of practice, but I had some thoughts on my mind. And again, I've said so many times, thank you to everybody who is supporting me in my transition out of Blessed Sacrament into my new pastorate. And please give Father McDermott, Father Tom McDermott, Father Kevin Earlywine, Father Paul Naw, Father Greg Lambert, give them a warm welcome when they enter into this new pastorate, which includes Blessed Sacrament Parish. But we're only a couple of days from the 4th of July, and it's a big milestone for us as a nation. We are celebrating the 250th anniversary, anniversary of the founding of our nation. And I wasn't alive for the 200th anniversary, and odds are I'm not going to be around for the 300th anniversary, but this 250th has got me thinking. Now, I know this is the 4th of July and not Memorial Day, but I want to reflect a little bit about an experience I had in the seminary when I was brand new in brand new in school. First year at the North American College in Rome. I just probably a couple weeks in, we're in orientation, and we decided to go to the beach. It was part of the orientation. It was beach day. We're right along the Mediterranean, or close to the Mediterranean, one of the seas surrounding Italy. And we went to this area of Anzio, the beach of Anzio. I don't know if you know, but I'm not a beach guy. Nothing about me screams beaches. I have pasty white skin, and I don't tan, I fry, so I'm either pasty white or bright red. I hated the beach day. However, an aspect of that beach day was visiting a World War II cemetery in Anzio. Anzio, the area Anzio, was one of the landing spots of American troops in World War II, to fight against the Italians and Nazi Germany and so on and so forth. And there was something about visiting that cemetery. Now, I had 4 years to do it, to go to Normandy, France, didn't get there. But I was here, and to see this big giant American flag flying in the air, and the wind just howling and snapping that flag, and seeing row after row of white crosses. And we had mass there in the chapel. They had a chapel there, ecumenical chapel, and we had mass there. That was a very moving experience. Like, that generation thought it was worth everything to risk everything for freedom. And a number of years ago, in a previous assignment, I had a funeral. And a friend of the deceased was a World War II veteran. And I thanked him for his service. And I said, I can't believe you volunteered and lied about your age, because he did, to enter into the service. And his response, it needed to be done. It needed to be done. There is something about the American spirit, the American energy, that there is something in our DNA that if something needs to be done, we do it. And when the time is right, we come together. We put differences aside to come together for a common cause. That's true throughout the centuries. Yes, we have our challenges and difficulties. Yes, we are experiencing division in our country. Yes, we have original sins, and we have sins that still plague us. But you cannot deny the goodness that has occurred when people put aside their differences for that common goal. So yes, some people are maybe frustrated about 250 years and questioning. I am not questioning. I am grateful. I'm grateful for the gift of our ancestors. I am grateful to our founding fathers. As a descendant of German immigrants who left Germany in the 1800s for a better life in a new country because life was difficult in the old country. I am grateful for those who set the stage that allowed my ancestors to come to this country. We've done a lot. More work needs to be done. We need to come together. It seems daunting, but remember, Christ is with us. Christ is guiding us as people. So let us invite Jesus into our heart, into our mind today, especially as we celebrate 250 years. Let's be grateful for this gift of freedom. People sacrificed everything because it needed to be done for the sake of freedom, the dignity of the human person. But yet we still have work to bridge differences, to come together in hope. And with Christ, all things are possible. Thank you very much, everybody. Hang in there. I hope you have a blessed holiday. God bless you, and let's keep drinking coffee.